out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Second and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Check. Sammy. Smooth.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Ready. Yellow lady. 45. Get that ball, D. Let's get that
ball. Breeze now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
You kill.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
13. Hey, nice 7. Here we go. 45.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
39.
2 yards on the pickup.
Hey,
It's
let's
second
go.
and 8 at the 32-yard line.
54. All right, 25.
Throwing on second and 8. Ryan.
You gonna beat me in your last
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
The coverage that time was unbelievable the whole way around. I mean, you've got a quarterback just standing back there in the pocket. He had all night to survey the field, and he still couldn't find anybody. And when he finally did throw it, he threw it to the other team.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Ready?
We're scoreless after 1.
Ready?
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Kill. Ready, tackle.
From the 41, Breeze. Well, this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. Breeze now gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Bravo.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Breeze going to come up here, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll put it in the hands of their playmaker again. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Opposite. Kill. X3. 218, chop, return.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That's what I'm talking about. Not ready.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, second and goal.
Young lady.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have hot. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Go. Check right 54.
Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there, because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. 30. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math, but don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasize.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he's got his man on the out route. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Hey, Will.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has